Hey Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest Needless unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. We are coming back to G.I. Joe Classified because I opened the other figures in this wave, and while I wasn't sure I would need this Snake Eyes because I already have the exclusive Snake Eyes that came out, once I saw this one I realized that it's significantly different in my opinion and that I had to get it to add it to my collection. So I came across this in Walmart and also came across something else. Yeah, I got lucky and I grabbed one of the displays, which I never thought would happen, but I'm thrilled to have it. So now I have not only this first wave, but the display for Walmart that they go in. You can see this is number 2. Snake Eyes specialties are skulls, swords, putting people's eyes out, and throwing stars, because we all know one of the coolest things about ninjas is throwing stars. It's interesting that right out of the gate, this is straight up ninja slash commando Snake Eyes. They didn't start with a straight up commando. I would still be interested in seeing that, although honestly it wouldn't be a whole lot different from what we're looking at, I don't think. I love this packaging. I mentioned in the other reviews, which you can go back and watch right now if you want, that I love this packaging. I like the way the window goes across the front and then over the side, and then we have these cool sigils to tell the characters' specialties. On the back, they all share this gorgeous artwork that I'm a huge fan of, not just for its quality, but for how many elements we can see the future of the Classified series on the back here. I'm very excited about everything that this art represents. And then on the other side, we have the specialized art that is unique and different for each character. I like that Snake Eyes is these reds and blues and is dark, and he's like in the shadows. Cool action pose at the top here. And then, of course, down at the bottom, we've got Timber, who is represented here, who was represented in the artwork in the exclusive set, but has not, as of yet, been represented as a toy. So that is kind of an interesting oversight for something that they're including in the mythology of the Classified series. But that's okay, because this figure looks great. I'm sure we're going to get plenty more Snake Eyes figures, and at some point, a Timber. So for right now, let's go ahead and grab our trusty 1964 box cutter, slice right through that tape, and take a look at this Snake Eyes action figure. Stupid piece of paper. Hasbro, stop it. All right. I like the interior of the box too. The background is cool with the star that's reminiscent of the old school Real American Hero stuff. Very nice. I like it. All right. In the tray, which, first of all, let me point out, no twist ties or little plastic bands or anything like that. He's just ready to pop out of there. So let's get that backpack out. We've got some weapons that are taped in here and secured in the plastic tray. Little scabbard there, little knife. The knife is probably going to be the trickiest thing to get out. Nope, there we go. No problem at all. Pop out that little submachine gun. Got a pistol, and then we have a suppressor. This is not a silencer, that is a suppressor. There's no such thing as a silencer. We've got all his goodies out. Let's pop the figure out, get rid of that tray, and take a look at Snake Eyes. All black, very sleek looking, but what's cool, if you take a look here, you can see the different finishes on different parts of his uniform. Very nice touch there. On his forehead, you've got a little red detail just above the goggles, going down into the breathing pieces. Sorry, I got a little far away from the camera there. But you can see little slots right there. Nice sculpting. I like that this is sculpted as sort of a helmet and less like just a balaclava or a face mask or something. Very cool. These loose pieces, I like them. They're kind of annoying when you're trying to play around with the figure and pose it, but at the same time, they're removable So you can pop that right off and have a little bit more of a ninja-style Snake Eyes. Even these pieces on his upper arms here, on his biceps, even those are bands that can pop right off if you want them to come off. So it seems to me that customization is an intended element of the Classified series with all these different pieces, the sort of kibble, if you will, that can be popped off to change the figure up. Like the other figures, he's got that cool swinging joint at the shoulder. Tons and tons of articulation on these guys. Nice, deep, double jointed elbow going on there. Really nice. And again, you can see the different gloss here on this armored forearm versus underneath what is just sort of a battle suit type thing going on. Really, really nice work with the different glosses on the figure here. We've got a couple of belts down here, the Arashikage, pardon my pronunciation. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Symbol on the belt buckle, different kind of combat belt up there. I like the double belt look. It may not be practical, but who cares? It looks cool, right? And then on the back here, you can see his bandolier has a hole in the back where we will take a look in a second and see how those accessories work. So down here on the legs, we've got, if you can see them, the drop-down hip joint, which gives you a lot more posability, I've discovered, as I've been playing with these figures. Oh, and also I want to point out that double-jointed neck is wonderful. Look at the action. It's got a joint up here at the top. Look at the degree of range of motion that thing has, and then it's got a joint at the base of the neck as well. So, I mean, these are next level articulated, and plus the waist, and I don't know how well you'll be able to see it under the belt. There we go. The waist, the cut joint is gone. We have a nice sort of ball rocker joint going on there with a great range of motion and no hideous profile when you turn it. I love it. I love this, that Hasbro is putting this kind of advancement into these figures. You can see he's got on just sort of some cool combat fatigue style trousers here. He's got some knee pads. Gloss on the boots looks really, really nice. Little straps right here holding some shin armor on. And you know what? I appreciate that they didn't put any gold on Snake Eyes. Everybody else has that gold armor that kind of unifies them as a team, and that all together looks pretty good when you put the figures together. But I'm glad that they didn't go with that for Snake Eyes. He's got a holster here, functional holster. Again, it's a loose piece that can be moved around a little bit. Same thing with the sheath over here for his knife. Just very, very detailed. A lot of thought went into this guy. So let's take a look now. I pointed out before this hole that goes through his bandolier and his back. And you've got his backpack, which is pretty much a flat black. It's got a little silver detailing on the buckle there that's very nice. Let's move him out of the way. There we go. Get a little focus going on there. I love the detailing on those painted buckles. So you can take the backpack, plug it into that hole, and it fits in there okay. And then he's got the scabbard for his sword. Look at that nice Arashikage symbol up at the top there. I'm sure I'm driving somebody crazy with that pronunciation right now. So that plugs into the side of the backpack, giving you a cool look, a very practical design right there. And then his kick-ass signature sword that kind of became a thing a little bit later on. I don't think, like, this is what the version 2 sword looked like, but I think it has become more detailed, and this design has been nailed down a little bit more over the years. And that slides right into that scabbard. Looking great, right? Very cool look. But what I like is you can pop that backpack off, and you can have a little more basic. I mean, you could take the bandolier off if you want to, but that sword will plug right in there as well. So you can have just his sword on his back if he's traveling light. So that's very, very cool. I like it. It's a good look. We also have, amongst his accessories, we've got this knife that's pretty sick looking. It's got a definite specific design. I like it. And it slides right into that sheath. Slides right into that sheath. Oh, come on. I'm not putting it in the wrong way, am I? Doesn't look like it. Maybe it goes this way. Nope. Okay, well, it doesn't slide right into that sheath. I am going to assume that I'm just not getting it in just right, and I'm going to move on and show you the awesomeness of this pistol that slides right into that holster, and then the suppressor that has a slot in the front of the holster to slide into. So you have storage for all of those cool weapons. And then you pop them right out there, and that suppressor plugs right onto the front of that pistol. And I like that this is a cool, kind of like high-techy looking pistol. I dig it. It looks cool to me. And then finally, we've got this cool submachine gun. It has, you'll notice, a plug on the side here that I'm guessing can also plug into this hole on his back or onto the side of his backpack. Now, this to me seems, I don't know, this is weird. I don't think of Snake Eyes as having a gun that's necessarily like that, but it's okay because it is a cool looking gun. It fits with what they've got going on here. It's not a bad look at all. It looks kind of ninja-y, I guess, for lack of a better word. Both the weapons fit in his hands very nicely. You can see his finger goes right through the trigger guard there. And again, the suppressor, I love it. If you got to go have a little silent interlude and you need your suppressor on, then Snake Eyes is good to go. Looks absolutely great. And then finally, of course, the one thing that in this day and age, you know, Snake Eyes kind of has to have is that sword has got to fit in his hand nicely. And not only does it, there is actually a sort of trigger guard there. It's not a trigger guard, but it's a piece that's sculpted so that it fits, so his finger can be out for holding the guns, but also hold the sword and look right. Fantastic. They have done an amazing job with this figure. As far as being true to the original Real American Hero line, I think this was one that nails it the best. Now, I've got a little extra treat for you guys. Something I don't normally do because it just doesn't seem totally worth it, but we're going to do a little side-by-side comparison of the exclusive Snake Eyes, which you can see right here, and this single-carded Snake Eyes. And as you can see, they are quite a bit different. The exclusive Snake Eyes with the silver visor, missing the red detail just over the visor that the single-carded version has. He's got the same belts, but they're different colors, and basically that's the biggest difference between these two figures is the gray detailing that you can see on his trousers, on his belts, on these bands, his bandolier. It's basically all of that gray detailing, which I really like, and I think makes for a really nice variant, but is, you know, just a different kind of thing, and I gotta have them both. Another interesting thing is the exclusive one came with the Uzi. This one does not include the Uzi. And the exclusive one does not include this wacky submachine gun here. And I want to check real quick because, yeah, here's another interesting thing. So the exclusive version came with this pistol, while this is the pistol that comes with the single carded one. So you can see, honestly, the exclusive one is a little more commando based, just from looks and just from the practicality or the slightly more realistic gear that he's got. Let me see if I can give you a better shot of these than just my big giant fingers sitting on them. But you can see significant difference there, and I like that. I like that there are differences that make this figure interesting, but don't make it an absolute must-have. And you can actually see the difference there as well, and that his backpack and his scabbard are this gray as opposed to the black of the single-carded release. So, in my opinion, these are both must-have figures because I'm going to be getting basically everything from the Classified series. But you can make your own decision as to which one is essential, which one you have to have. Please do like, subscribe, follow, do whatever you can. Share this video if you enjoyed it. Let people know, hey, there's a guy out there on the internet comparing Snake Eyes figures. Thanks for watching, you guys.